Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Library of Ruina. Alright, so here's what I tried to put together. So I made Malkuth the bamboo-hatted Kim's page. So all sorts of favors towards single die cards, including bonuses to slash power, and I just went all slashing. So if we take a look at this, using Dark Cloud Blade and Swordplay of the Homeland, she has +3 dice power whenever she uses any slashing. And then she has, anytime she's doing any sort of slashing stuff, she's doing a total of +2 damage and +3 stagger. So just a lot of raw power there. And then for her cards, I went singleton, mainly just to take. Did I go? Yeah, I did go singleton just for execute. And essentially, I have a bunch of cards that'll help try to restore light and draw pages. And then the rest is stuff that just the usual high power slashing cards, and going from there. One of the things I was definitely a bit concerned about was running out of cards, which is something I tend to run into. I mean, if I don't run out of light, it's usually I'm going to run out of cards, and so I added some cards that specifically are just for card draw. So, Kagosa, nothing too special here. It's just a Wang page with his fellow brethren for additional smoke effects. So I have all the smoke effects, and then I, excuse me, and then I went ahead and just did blunt dice power and blunt damage. And then you've seen this build before. It's a standard smoke build. Sine is using Eugen's page, which of course is the high HP build that starts at minimum HP. But I did go ahead and stack a few HP restoring things, so I have emergency rations and keep in stride. And then the rest I went ahead and just put towards piercing, because I didn't really have anyone specifically built for piercing for this particular team. I could grab Tiferet stuff, but I didn't exactly want it. So for this, the other thing that the Eugen tends to favor is 4 cost or higher cards. So I went ahead and grabbed the exclusive card that Eugen has, which is Boundary of Death, and also grabbed Tailoring. And so the idea here for this deck is a bunch of card draw and a bunch of 0 cost. So my idea is just to quickly cycle through the deck, get my Tailor, eventually, get the emotion level up, and then of course get Tailoring and Boundary of Death up and running. I think, in hindsight, you might want to consider doing. You might want to do Valentine's page. That might actually be better. So yeah, let's go ahead and drop. Let's drop that. Grab Singular Strike. And what else can I grab for 2 cost? Let's see, I have slashing and piercing. That's workable. So I could do grasping vulnerabilities. I'm just saying if there's anything else I could possibly. Yeah, let's do at the start of the scene, restore 1 light of current light. Actually, yeah, I'll do 10 mess page with respiration. That'll be useful in the beginning. Eventually my light's gonna get set up in a way where I won't be able to do that, but essentially, because I will recover 2 light whenever I cast something with a 4 cost. And if that brings me down, let's see, how's this work? Restored upon, upon using the page, useless. Okay, so in that case, I'll just do some bleed. There we go. Alright, and then for Rokako, she's using the Hanafuda page. And I went everything that can help with discarding pages, which the Hanafuda page actually already had majority of them. But the only thing she was missing was Best Choice, which is where she recovers 3 health every time she discards a page. And then I went ahead and grabbed Olga's page to get margin, so if I ever end a scene with a completely empty hand, I recover 1 light and draw an additional page. And then I have Battle Ready, which I draw 2 pages at the start of the act, and I have Skim Prescript, which also lets me draw a page at the start of the act. So I think you start with 4 cards in your hand in general, so with all of this, she'll start with 7. And then, of course, she already starts with Bottom Deal and stacking the deck, so every time she discards a page, she's going to restore a light, and every time she discards a page, she's going to draw a page at the start of the next scene. So yeah, so I still get the benefits of all the other stuff because I don't do the Bottom Deal doesn't trigger until the start of the next scene. So pretty good stuff there. And then for her deck, I of course used a number of Hanafuda pages as well as some old staples from the previous discard deck build we had. So some 0 costs when discarded, gain 1 haste, and then Flip the Table, which is pretty much purely just for discarding, though it does do paralysis. When discarded, give 1 haste to all allies, so essentially I can just keep discarding and buffing up everyone's speed. And then of course we got Daring Decision, which will ensure that I will discard my entire hand every time I have it. And then of course, if I discard my entire hand, I get a bunch of healing, get a bunch of card draw, and additional light as well. So I'm hoping I can get into a very good cycle with this and make this just an endless loop type situation. Then we have Lily Black, who's Unstable Page of the Crying Children. I did go ahead and grab the Blazing Strike exclusive card, which of course is really, really high damage. Can only be used at motion level 3 though, which is fine. Everything, as you could probably expect, I went pure burn in this one. So I grabbed everything that improved burn or amplified when things are burned. And since majority of the burn cards I was using was slashing, I went ahead and grabbed Dark Cloud Blade just to get us some additional power. And then as for the build itself, essentially the idea is just to draw a bunch of pages, well, have some 0 cost that draw pages, just to kind of have something to do after I've used my big cards. And then the rest is just kind of standard stuff. I went ahead and grabbed Feather Shield just for a little defense. So nothing too crazy. And that is the team. So that's what we're playing around with. So with all that said and done, let's go ahead and do an invitation. So we just did, our most recent one of course was this thing, which had the Crying Children, which I'll do again later. Don't want to deal with it right now. So with this, let's go ahead and dive in. So we need a Book of Tom Mary, which conveniently we have one. And this is a 3-phaser one, so this is going to be a bit ridiculous. Alright, well, let's get ready.
안녕들 하신가? 1등석에 계신 분들.
Alright, so this is the Warp Train UW212 first class carriage. And this is Jae Hyun, which I don't remember if we ran into him or not. It's been a while since I've done these story bits.
여기를 타려면 둥지 사람 기준으로 2달치 월급이 필요하던가. 뒷골목 사람은 싸게 쳐도 1년을 꼬박 일해야겠군. 난 워프 열차에 대해 예전부터 참 궁금했어. 고작 10초 만에 도착하는데 우등객실이 무슨 소용인가 싶었지.
That is a good point.
그래도 돈이 좋긴 하네. 이렇게 곤히 자고 있을 수 있다니.
Yep, you can sleep for 10 seconds.
뒷칸에서는 미칠 듯한 시간을 견디기 위해 자기 몸을 찢고 도려내어 고통으로 버티려는 자도 있고, 서로 살을 맞대어 이겨내려는 사람도 있는데 말이야.
Alright, sounds like this is the train that has currently been stuck.
나도 굉장히 궁금했거든. 특이점이 무슨 별천지 기술이길래 아무리 멀리 있어도 정류장만 있으면 10초 만에 도착할 수 있는지. 여기서 대략 2000년 동안 시간 썩는 걸 보니 대충 알겠더라고. 나는 어떻게 멀쩡하냐고. 뭐 그건 단원들 덕이지. 저 성깔 들어온 엘레나 녀석과 나는 실제로 일주일 정도 있었나. 폴로토 말에 의하면 의식을 필요할 때만 해리에서 보존한다나 뭐라나 하더군. 마법이니 뭐니 해도 어쩌겠어. 믿어야지. 이러니 저러니 해도 지금은 동료니까. 뭐든 간에 이곳에 있는 놈들 보면 참 불쌍해. 도착하면 고통 속에 몸부림쳤던 몇 천 년간의 시간은 기억에서 사라지고 현상 보존 절차를 거쳐 아무 일 없었던 것처럼 일상으로 돌아가는 거잖아. 야, 역시 워프 열차야. 비싸긴 해도 빠르게 다른 곳으로 갈 수 있다니. 세상 참 좋아졌어. 어디든 순식간에 갈 수 있잖아. 따위의 말을 하면서 이곳에서 겪은 지옥도를 까마득하게 잊고 다시 도시의 일상에 녹아들 테지. 친구 가족 사이도 긴 시간이 흐르며 흐릿해져 서로를 죽이려고 안달내고 본인의 자아 따위는 이미 까마득한 곳에 퇴적했는데 그걸 다 잊게 해준다니. 특이점이라는 것은 하나같이 참 역겹고 똑같군. 게다가 너희 돈 있는 놈들은 그마저도 두려웠나 보군. 몇천 년간 이렇게 안전한 곳에서 편히 잠들어 있다니. 뭔진 몰라도 분명 귀띔을 들은 거겠지. 웬만하면 1등석을 타라고. 아니면 워프 열차의 진실을 아는 놈들이 있는 건가? 그건 또 그것대로 아이러니군. 이 지경이 될 거를 다 알고 탄 거잖아. 이 열차가 고장났다고 생각하는 멍청이들이 있을 것 같군. 고장나지 않았어. 제대로 작동하고 있는 거다. 대충 감이 오잖아? 아예 다른 시공간 축에서 몇천 년간 헤매다 현실로 돌아오니 짠! 10초 후야. 기나긴 시간을 돌아서 오는 대신 현실에서는 딱 10초. 급할 때는 이만한 게 없겠지? 어디가 진짜 자신이 사는 곳일까? 30년 남짓 살아온 세상과 몇천 년간 갇혀 살던 세상. 기억을 잃고 예전으로 돌아간다면 그건 축복일까? 저주일까? 알게 뭐람. 그것보다 내가 가장 궁금한 건 이거야. 뻔뻔하고 지레맞게 놓여있는 이 T사 마크가 떡하니 박혀있는 상자. 대체 이게 왜 열차에 박혀있나 싶더라고. 조금 머리 굴리니 대충 상상이 가더군.
어따 대고 혼잣말을 조곤조곤 읊조리는 거야?
입버릇하고는. 당연히 이 너머에서 우릴 보고 있을 관음증자 분들께지.
Does he know?
맞아. 그런 계획이었지. 일주일씩이나 이런 곳에 처박혀 있으니 좀이 쑤시는지 깜빡깜빡하네.
연기 하나는 일품이던데 배우 지망생이었나?
그랬을지도. 아무튼 하던 거 마무리나 잘해.
이런 정없게 굴기는. 펄로토가 씌워준 이 모습도 시간이 얼마 남지 않았군. 그럼 슬슬 시작해볼까? 부잣집 나리들? 저 뒤에 그나마 서민축에 있는 친구들에게 악한 적은 없는데 너희에게는 반발심이 생긴단 말이지.
Alright, Reverb Ensemble member, the Puppeteer.
돈 좀 더 내서 어떻게든 벌레 마냥 아득바득 편하게 가보려고 한다는 점이 날 참을 수 없게 해. 인생 참 묘하지. 애써 모은 돈으로 안전하고 편하게 가기 위해 비싼 우등석을 타서 시간을 헤매이는 고통을 안 받을 수 있었는데 대신 새로운 고통을 받는다니. 우리 같은 놈들에게 걸려서 죽잖아. 우등석을 탔다는 이유만으로. 맞아. 지질이 가난한데 운 좋게 경품 같은 거로 우등석에 탄 놈도 있을 거 아니야. 그래서 선택이란 참으로 미묘하고 오묘하다니까. 난 우리 삶에 선택 같은 건 처음부터 없었다고 생각해. 누군가 짓궂고 은밀한 장난질을 하고 있는 거야. 보이지 않는 실로 하염없이 인형놀이를 하고 있는 거지. 자, 그러니 시작해보자고. 가벼운 인형놀이를.
저 녀석이 그 인형사인가?
마치 우릴 보고 하는 말 같았어.
저놈도 푸른 잔향의 패거리라면 뭔가 알고 있는 게 있을 수도.
푸른 전형도 도서관에 초점을 맞춘 걸까?
그럴지도 몰라. 목적은 몰라도 정상적인 이유는 아니겠지.
목적이야 우리가 가진 책 아닐까?
어떤 책을 원하느냐가 궁금하고.
그나저나 1등석에 탄 사람들이 전부 휘말린 걸 알면 워프사 입장은 정말 난처해지겠네.
그렇겠지. W사까지 이 일에 끌려오겠어. 이것도 푸른 잔향이 의도한 건가?
그런 거라면 흥미롭겠네.
네가 안 만나봐서 그래. 직접 보면 그 또라이한테 학을 뗄 거다.
말 못하는 손님이라. 그래도 초대장으로 도서관에 입장한 것은 너희에게도 의지가 있다는 거겠지? 비록 인형실에 이끌려 움직이는 인형이라 해도 말이야. 뭐라는 건지 전혀 모르겠네. 너희 인형사가 원하는 대로 책을 얻고 싶다면 저곳으로 들어가도록 해.
Alright. Puppet skeletons. +1 blunt dice power. Alright. So we got that going for us. I can only take 4 people. So Lily Black will probably have to sit this one out. Stat-wise, nothing too special. They're vulnerable to slashing, or slashing stagger rather. Their stats are actually not consistent. Slightly different stagger and HP. Restores light on use. And then creak. So pretty normal. I mean, the only catch is they're sending 5 against 4. That's about it. And as for the train stuff, so it's 10 seconds in real time, but the ride itself is apparently in its own time, and so you're spending that potentially thousands upon thousands of years going through, well, whatever that Love Town nonsense was. But supposedly you get restored at the end, and then you just, forget everything had happened. Which is probably for the best. Alright. So remember kids, never go on trains. Yeah, I think I'll leave Lily Black out of this. Everyone else should be good to go. Let's give it a shot. Ah, finally get told how to counter works. Counter dice. Counter dice are displayed in yellow. These dice will be saved until an enemy attempts a one-sided attack. If a counter die wins in a clash, it will be recycled if there are dice left on the opponent's combat page. Okay, so yeah, we've experienced that before. So good stuff. All right. Well, not much to listen to here. So let's get going. All right. So sure enough, I'm starting with a bunch of pages. So you're clashing with that. Oh, that's rough. Well, luckily I can intercept that. And I'm starting with nothing but low-cost pages. Okay. So I can't do anything about that. Alright, so I want to do this. I'll have you take care of that. Okay. That's taken care of. Store's too light. Okay. So what we're going to do here is deal with you. Draw some extra pages if I can. Alright. You're going after that, and you're going after that. Okay. So we're going to do deep drag on you. And then for this, daring decision. Not much we can do about that. Okay, I'm fine with that. Nice. Sheesh, max damage. Okay, 1 staggered, 2 staggered. Alright, so everyone has +2 haste except for Rikaku, who has +4 haste. So, 5s and 9s, have fun. So I can intercept anything I want at this point. Okay. I'll just have you deal with that. Jeez, come on, roll a little bit better than that. One down. Alright, upon winning clashes, you get stuff. Who do I want this on? Let's give this to Malkuth. Alright. Well, daring decision that. Sharpened blade, followed by that. Do deep drag. Let's try Boundary of Death and see if that actually does anything. It's a 1 in 4 chance for me to get plus 45 power on this thing. Nope. Okay, it's staggered. Okay. Book of Puppet obtained. Staggered, yeah. Alright, happy memories. Aw, I have nobody. I actually have nobody that can actually benefit from this. Damage to the if 4 or higher. Sure, we'll do match light on you. Dun, 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 dun. So it seems like the discard drawing thing is not working the way I thought it would. I thought it was per card, but it seems to only happen once. Still. Yeah, if the character discards a page, draw 1 page at the start of the next scene. And yet... Okay, yeah, this is good. Oh, I see what happened. So the effect for the emotion level and picking an abnormality page is before these trigger. So that's why there was no cards in hand. So that works out. Okay, so actually, yeah, that works out. Because now I can put Embers on Daring Decision. Alright then. Dun, dun. I do it this way. Yeah, that works. So that'll trigger before that triggers. Okay. Oh, and I forgot about you. Have fun. Good stuff. Alright, next wave. Nimble Puppets. So acceleration when speed is 5 or higher, deal +1 stagger damage with attacks. Okay, Mannequin does disarm. And then of course we have the counters here. Not much we can do about those. Okay. Health-wise we're doing pretty good. I think some people are pretty hammered as far as stagger is concerned though. But we'll keep pressing onward. Also, these nimble puppets are resistant to piercing. Good to know. Alright. Alright, so that nimble puppet's going to have plus stagger damage. Also, I can't intercept it. So they're ganging up on me. Dun, dun. So we'll do that. Actually, do that. Okay. I'm not going to worry about the rest of it. Next. Okay. Ink over on you. And that just leaves this guy. Do that, and then do this. Okay, everything's accounted for. And you'll attempt that. Okay. Of course. Staggered. Nice. So yeah, the second slash card I was using on Malkuth was every time I won a clash, I got additional power. Alright, so we have when attacking a target who's already taken damage, get more health back. I'm not really playing around with too much pierce anymore. When hit, inflict. Okay. I think we'll do Gluttony. We can put this on Sine. Oh, and we get our choice of murder here. I'm kind of tempted to do Wing Beat. Sounds good for me. Wing Beat. Okay, back row's dealt with. Here, just draw the attacks. That's kind of your job anyway. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Nice. Alright, so Nae's up to 112 HP. Little by little. Alright. Let's see. If Ember is at 4 or higher. Okay. Good to know. Not much I can do about that 5 speed. Alright. Daring decision that. Deep drag that. I think I'll just let that attack go through. Alright. Oh, I do have a... Well, that's not going to help me. But I'll use it anyway. Not sure what happened there. Okay. Speed 8, holy cow. Try not to get staggered, please. Okay. Good stuff. The weighty puppet has speed +1, not surprised. Puppet blockade, restore light, repressed flesh. Reduce power of target's current defensive dice by 3. Deal 3 stagger to target. And then forceful gesture, which is a big hit that does feeble, disarm, and bind. Alright. Besides that, does bonus stagger damage on blunt hits, which all of his attacks are blunt. Resistant to stagger, blunt. And then everything is nimble puppets, unfortunately. Okay. So I guess the question is... kind of want to tag out Kagosa. She's going to get staggered soon. But I'll decide that next time. I'm The Depressed Dealer. This was Library of Ruina. I'll see you guys next time.